Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Sorry for the delay. My exams were going on, so I was not able to make videos. I hope you understand my concern, but they're over now and I'm back on path. So in this video, as discussed previously, we will be going to learn Python from the basics, really basic, really basic. So this is I made a simple notebook in which there are some functions, and I'm going to write some them now. I've made a Python-001 notebook. So the first function is print function. I've already connected to the runtime, and if you want to connect to the runtime, first let me just say restart runtime. So there would be a connect icon here, and you can just connect, click on connect, and this will connect to your runtime. There you go, it's connected now. And now this is what is a print function. Print function is used to print something on the terminal. So print function takes sentence in it, which is enclosed in quotation marks, double quotation marks. So in our case, we want to print hello world, so phrase, and so we just enclose it in double inverted comma. You can also enclose this in single inverted, no problem. But we are going to discuss why there are single quotation marks, double quotation mark, and triple quotation marks as well. So if we enclose it in triple quotation mark, this would also work. And let's just say single. This also works. So why are there three different types of quotation marks when all of them do the same job? That is why I'm here to tell you. Okay, so this is the first one, print, very basic function. No confusion in this function, it's really simple. Now, let's just say we want to take inputs from user from the keyboard. So for this, we have input function in Python. So not a great job actually. It's not a rocket science to learn Python. It's really simple. So for user input function, you can just say inputs. That's it. And what is this? Enter the name here. So this is just to tell the user where to write, where to give input, where to provide the input. So if I change it, let's say enter your um, city here, and if I run this now, so there you go, enter a city here. But we cannot change this. We have to write in this text was provided, in this text box provided. I'm stuttering right now, and I don't know why. Sorry for that. Enter your city here. This prints the inputs. This is just a feature of Google Collaboratory. If you do it in VS Code, if I say here input, enter your city here. If I run this, so yeah, if we are just putting it in our VS Code, we are not going to get a printed statement or sentence. Let's say the same city, nothing. So now let's go on our Google Collaboration again, and we can just say this is a function which is only available in Google Collaboration. Okay, so now we are learning about variables. Here, variables. So what are variables? Variables are just like a data storage type which stores data in it. Data can be in any form, sentence, audio file, any file, text file, a training data, JSON file, anything that you imagine. And in our case, it's a sentence as variable. So in my case, it's Sam, and so we named our variable as name because it's the name of a person, and you can assign any letter or anything to a variable. Just make sure there is no number at the starting and there is no sign or anything at the starting. You can put numbers at the end of the variable. So in our case, let's just run this cell. So now we have a variable which is name. Now we have a variable which is name. So if I say print name, this would print Sam. And if I say this is a tree, tree, now if I run this, this would print this is a tree. And now there's a print name, this will print this as a tree. So if you want to run these cells in Google Collaborate, you just press Shift and Enter together. This will run cell, and simultaneously it will also make new cells. Like if I run this cell, let's say name, and this, see it made a new cell. So we are going to discuss this part in an upcoming video. So this is just print name, so it's print. This is a tree because this is the data that is stored in the variable name. So this is variable, this is all about variables. And now we can move on to booleans. What are booleans? Booleans are like situations. A situation can be true or false. Same is with booleans. So booleans can also be true or false. So how this works? Pretty simple. We can just say 2 is greater than 3 if we ask our program. So easily it's false. So this should give us false. There you go. And if I say 2 plus 2 is greater than 3, this would give us true because 4 is greater than 3. And that 3 plus 1, let's say greater than equals 3, this will give us true because they have added an equals sign here as well. So let's just say this stands for greater than or equals to. And so same with this, it's just for smaller than equals to. This stands for equals to, and how we are going to work. If I say 2 equals 3, this should give us true according to you. I'm going to just comment this line out, comment out. 2 equals 3, what should our program give? True, false. If I run this, it gives us an error and it says assigned to literal here. So in this, our program thinks that it is a variable. And as I told you, the variable should be a string. No number should be there in the first. So here it suggests us instead of, maybe you meant equals to, just instead of equals to. So this is what this is what we are going to do here. You need to put equals to, and then if you run it, it should give false. So this is all about booleans, and we are going to do a project in which we are going to use all of these things. And now we come on integers. So integers, we all know mathematical term integer, and we have studied it as well. So we made a variable named a, we stored a value of -1. This time no inverted comma, because you know because it will take it as a sentence. I'm going to tell you why. So a is equals to -1 and b is equals to 2. So these two are integers. And if we say c is equals to b plus a, this should give us 1. And if I say print c, this gives us 1. Good. And if I say here, okay, this is integers and this is float. So float are decimal numbers used in Python, but this is not the correct way to use it. I'm going to tell the correct way of using integers as well as floats. So here let's just say I want to say make a calculator that adds up two numbers. So I'm gonna say here one number is equals to inputs. Enter the first number here, and let's just make the same for num2. Instead of first, we're going to give it second because it is our second number that we need to enter. And then if I say sum is equals to num1 plus num2, and it was a print sum. So if I say enter the first number here, let's say it's 2, and the second number here, let's say 3, and it gives us 23. Instead, they should give us 5. Why? This is the main confusion here. We are giving it an integer, and this is not adding, this is just combining it, like 2 plus 3, 23. And like if I give it 1 plus 1, this should say 11. 1, 1, 1. 11. Why? Because the input method takes our user input as a string, like as a sentence. So if you give us 1, it would take as this. And if we say 2 here, it will convert it into a string. And when we say sum method, what is our program doing is it's just saying this plus a string this, and then we are getting 21. It's logical, but not what we are looking for. So in this case, we will use int function. So if I say int, and if I say bracket, and if I say int, same with this, and say this. So what is this going to do? Int function will actually convert this string into an integer. In this string into an integer. And now what is this going to do is this would say that let's say 2 1 plus 2, and that will give us 3. So now if I run this 1 2 3, good. But if I say here 1.2, it gives us an error. Why? Do any of the integer is like include decimal? Do integers include decimal? No, they don't. So for this, we use float. So I'm going to just 1 and 2 here. So for this, we use floats. So let's say number 1 is equal. So I'm going to copy this. Copy this whole, paste it. My mouse is a bit crankly, so don't worry about that. And now we need to just 2 times num 2 here. And let's just say seconds number here. So now what we're going to do is instead of saying int, we're going to say float. Float is our decimal numbers. Just this is a function that is named in Python float. And the name is a bit odd, but it do our job. So let's say float. And if I say sum is equals to num1 plus num2, and if I say print sum, and now I give this a decimal value 1.2 and 1.2, let's say 2.4, no error. So let's say we give this integer value, would this give us an error? Let's see. No, because we can write 2 as decimal 2.0 and 3 as decimal 3.0. This is why float does not give any error. Doesn't matter if it's an integer or if it is a float or decimal value. So this is plus point for float. So this is what we're looking for. Let's just cut this and hmm. So this is we have discussed float, integers. Going to put in integers. I'm going to just post this on my GitHub, and I'm going to be making an account because oh no, I don't have a GitHub account yet. So I guess I will try to post it on GitHub and will give you the link in the description. There's no book on GitHub actually. Hmm. So enter the first number here and second number here, enter the second, yeah. So this is float int. We discussed boolean, we discussed variables, we discussed your input and print function. Now what we are going to do is we are going to discuss about lists. So it's already 15 minutes video. So we're just going to discuss about lists. So what are lists? Have you guys been to shopping on your own? Your mama provides you lists. So it's just like this, a list which has many things in it. So let's make a shopping list shopping variable, and lists are stored in square brackets. So let's just say tomato, tomato, potato, and noodles, 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 and maybe we may need green onions. So this is a list of shopping that we want to bring from the supermarket. And if I say here print list shopping, see it prints the whole list: tomato, potato, noodles, and green onions with the square brackets. So this is list, and list is like a group of data. It has many data in it. N number of data. Data can be 2, 3, 4, 5, anything. So this is the basic definition of lists. And now, if let's say we want to access the first element of list, and how can we do that? So we can do that using um, stripping method. Stripping method, yeah. So in Python, the first element is 0 instead of 1, and the second element is 1, and the third element is 2, and the fourth element is 3. So in our case it's 0 because tomato is the first and first is the last is like is 0 element. Okay, so if I say list shopping, and now it's a list, so we will just say a square bracket, and if I say 0 here, what this will give us? This will give us tomato. So yeah, this gives us tomato as the result. And if I say we want to access green onions, so we're going to say list shopping and the third element, because the indexing is a bit different in Python. Sorry, this would give us green onion. Yes, and let's say if I want to access from these three elements, what I'm going to do is list shopping and then a bracket and 0 colon. We're giving it like a range from 0 colon sensor 2, from 0 to number 2. And now if I print this, this gives us three things. Wait. Oh, I'm really sorry. So this range, if I say from 2, between 0 and 2, it takes 0, it takes 1, it does not take 2, it does not take 2. Why? I don't know, it's Python, it's their rules. And if I say here 3, this will give us tomato, potato, noodles. And let's say we want to access this whole list, we can just left it with a colon. This should print the whole list. There you go. And let's say we want from 0 to 2, from 0 to 2. So you can just left it here blank, and on the right side of colon we can say it 3, because it doesn't if we say 2, it will not print the second element, it will print the first element, which is potato. And if I select one here, see, tomato, potato, noodles, no green onions. So this is all about lists. And yeah, so the video is 20 minutes already, and I don't have enough internet to post a longer video. So I'm going to post a new video soon in which we are going to discuss a bit, deeper dive into Python. So thank you for watching. Um, I know no one has watched my video yet, but still I'm posting. Let's give it a try. There is no risk in that. So thank you for watching the video, and I hope that you learned something, at least something. I know my skills are rubbish. I stutter a lot. I stutter a lot while making videos because I'm an introvert, I'm introvert, and I cannot open myself in front of others, in front of screen, in front of camera as well. I hope you understand it, but yeah, this is me, so I will get confident, I'm sure. Thank you for watching, and we are going to continue this series in the next video. Thank you.